Game Destroyers TV, welcome to the show. Darkpaw here and welcome back to Modshot, and today's a very special edition of Modshot, as you'll see in a minute. Now, before I get started, I do want to ask you, if you are watching here and you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. We are so close to 500 subscribers. Let's do it. Now, on to the Modshot. As you'll have seen from the title, this is the Horsch DLC from Agritechnica. Yes, someone apparently leaked the download link last night and I was lucky enough to grab a copy. So, I don't know if the link will still be active by now, but it may be. Check out Facebook. We have a lot of equipment to cover. I mean a lot of equipment. Everything you see here comes in the pack. So, let's grab ourselves a tractor first of all. I have multiple vehicles here because we're going to need them. And we're going to first of all drive over to the auger wagons over here. Oh, the first three things are in the auger wagon section, I should say. Now, they're not all auger wagons. There is one auger wagon, which is this one here. And I need to turn my HUD back on a minute. So, a pretty much standard auger wagon. You raise that up there. You can unfold it, which actually expands out the tracks to give it a larger footprint. And it also has a cover that you can close. Actually quite a nice model, and I do like the design of it. It's very large. I didn't realize these things were quite so big. So, I'm not going to bother. It turns off the HUD. I forgot that. Same key binding. So we'll disconnect that. Now, next up, we have what they call the Shuttle 8000, which is basically a small liquid tank for moving around fluids, be it water or whatnot. And it's a really nice little detailed out model. Let me just pull it forwards. I'm going to jump out. We're going to take a closer look at it. The Shuttle 8 or 8.000 is what it is. It's got like a hose on the side of it. It's got a whole bunch of connections on the back that you'd use with the valves and whatnot. Looks like it's meant to have like a compressor or something on it. Now you notice these here, they're actually for pallet forks, and it actually threw me off when I first hooked up to it. I noticed it showing two trailers. I'm like, why is it showing two trailers? Let me get zoomed in a little bit here. You can see the pallet forks there. You can actually select the rear trailer, and when you hit detach, it actually detaches the tank from the dolly underneath. Let me hook it back on again. I'm not gonna mess around with it too much. The only thing I don't like is this thing is a right pain to try and reverse, because the dolly wheel on the front of it is a free pivot point, and then the pivot, the hook up to the tracks is also a pivot point. It becomes a wiggle wagon very quickly when reversing, as you can see. So we'll just make sure I'm selecting the right one. There we go. We disconnect that. Now the final thing in the collection in the auger wagon section of the shop anyway, is this here, and this is the Seed Tender 10T. That is a neat item. It's like an auger wagon. It is designed though for filling seeders, and not just with seed. You can actually set this up. Let me extend the pipe. Of course, I need to double check my... I'm going to extend that out. I'm going to pull forwards and then turn my HUD back on. I keep forgetting about that little issue. There we go. Now we'll be able to see what we're doing. So we change tool selection. Now you notice once again it has the same thing. This detaches off of this, which is kind of strange. I don't understand why they done that, but let us unfold the auger wagon, and what happens is it actually tips up like that for pouring the seed and the fertilizer into the conveyor to feed up into your seeders, which is a nice touch. And you also have the K key, which actually switches the internal door. You don't see anything actually happen, whether it's feeding seeds or feeding fertilizer. So that's the Horsch Seed Tender 10T. We'll just disconnect that. And our next up is the cultivators. Now the first one I'm going to tow with this tractor, it's not a problem. And this one here is called the Joker 6DT. Don't ask me why they called it the Joker. What I'm going to do is turn around and head across the road here. I'm going to buy this grass field here. We're just going to do a little bit of ripping in the fields, just to show off the machines as we go. I meant to buy this before I started and I forgot. There we go. It's now our field. So let's pull down into the field. We'll unfold the cultivator. It's not a bad size. This one here is a pretty standard sized piece of equipment. Now you've all seen cultivators working in Farming Simulator, to be honest. You know what they do. I don't need to do miles of ground with it. I do like the animation on the actual hooks though. They really are digging up the ground as it is going along. It's got quite nice folding and unfolding animation as well, so very good. Okay, so we'll take this one back, and we're going to have to switch tractors here because these next machines, we're getting large. I'm getting very large. So I'm going to park that there. We're going to drive over and we're going to get this tractor over here. Here's why I bought this. The Challenger M2800E. Because you really, once you start getting along this line of machines, you do need this kind of equipment to haul some of this stuff, just because of the sheer size of it. So next up we have the... Oh, hang on, I think I got that wrong. Let me just check. No, sorry, the first one's the Tiger, not the Joker 6DT. The second one's the Joker RT. No, 12RT. I wrote that down wrong. I knew I'd done something wrong there. Okay, so once again we're just going to cross over into the field here. Zoom back a bit. Now these are slightly a larger sized one. Let us unfold it. As you see, it actually unfolds twice. Giving quite a nice spread. And we'll lower it down. And we'll just start to drive forwards. And once again, it has quite a nice animation. It produces quite a nice cloud of dust as it goes along. And we're tearing up quite a good chunk of the field as we do so. So if you have a large field, this is an ideal piece of equipment for you. Now, the final one is the Cruiser 12XL, which we're going to get to in a second. And this thing is the monster of the family, as you will see. Let me just come down through here and offload. Ooh. And also jump out of the tractor at the same time. swing round through here. Just try to keep myself a bit of space as I'm working round about, especially as the machinery gets larger and larger and larger. Okay, as I say, this one is the Cruiser and it is a monster among this equipment. You've seen how quite a wide swath I took there. Let us unfold this. I'm probably too close in already still. Well, maybe not. It's almost the same width as the double slice I took already. Let's lower this down and just start driving forwards. Now, with the size of the equipment here, you do need a powerful tractor. This is the real reason I got this Challenger. This thing takes a lot to pull it. Even still, I'm only able to do a total of 16 miles per hour coming up here. But, as you can see, it's making fast work of the field. I'm just getting it to fold back up. And you can do some really large fields quite quickly with this. A couple of people working with them in one go. Oh yeah, you'd have the field cleared, well, cultivated in no time. So that's all for the cultivators. Next we have two sowing machines. The first one is the Evo 12 3.375. Now, I don't have any seed in it, but I'm going to take it over and unfold it, because this one has a neat little feature. You do not need to have ploughed or cultivated the field at all to be able to use this to sow seed. Not one bit, because it has a cultivator built into it. So it actually will cultivate the field as we go across it. Of course, because we don't have any seed, it doesn't actually do anything, but if it had seed in it and fertilizer, it wouldn't be a problem. You see, you first need to fill the tool. I'm not bothering with that though. So let us tell it to fold back up again. But the attention to detail on these models is amazing, and you can actually also open up the covers on these tanks for filling, and when you do, a little ladder actually unfolds out of the side here. It'll give you access to the machine platform for you to be able to do your filling. These are just really nice little touches like those. All the little details. One of these times we're going to have all these pipes and all the rest hook up and have PTOs, but we're getting closer. Let's head back over with this one and we'll grab the Maestro 16.75 SW. It's a pretty standard setups with the seeders. They do the standard lots. One takes care of one lot, one takes care of the other. Can't remember off the top of my head what all the crops are. This one does sunflowers and whatnot, so it does not, unfortunately. This one doesn't cultivate as it goes, though. You have to pre-cultivate the ground yourself. But we're going to unfold it and just see what it looks like. I like how the wheels actually spread out as well slightly. Gives it a wider stance. And the design of that is really nice. I like how the pipe actually sits up like that, and then you would lower it down and off you would go doing your seeding. And once again, you can open the covers. These ones are a different design. Instead of sliding open, they raise open. So still to fold back up, and we'll park this up. And that takes care of all the sewing machines. Next on the agenda is a liquid fertilizer sprayer. And we don't need our tractor for this one because this boy is self-propelled. Yes. Completely self-propelled. Look at this. It's one of those, I like to call them big bird stands. A high stance, so you can actually drive through your crop without actually damaging your crop. If you're playing with crop damage on, this would be ideal for you. Like, it spreads out to a certain width as you unfold it. And there goes the spray boom arms. I think this thing has quite a reach, if I remember correctly. Oh yes, it does that. Look at the reach on this. And then you can actually control how high or low you have your spray set. And then as you drive along, you'd follow, you know, set paths through your crop so you don't actually do damage or too much damage to your crop as you go. And its design would be perfect for you if you, as I say, if you're playing with crop damage on. I've not got it on here, but it gives you the idea. And the in-cab view on this is nice as well. Actually quite quiet in here. I just wish even the mod developers, well, the developers, I wish they would do working rear view mirrors, please. But there is the Lieb PT350. A really nice model. Look at the detail. 480, 80, R50s. It looks the part. Anyway, on we go. Next we have the fertilizer spreader 10.000. Simple name, it's a tracked fertilizer spreader. It almost looks like a little cube sitting here. I've not got any fertilizer over here, unfortunately. I've got to bring some over from the farm. But we can unfold it, which just spreads the legs out. We can open the cover as well. Pretty much, there's nothing much overly fancy about this. It's just a couple of disc spreaders underneath it there, with a hopper on top, and it will fertilize your fields using pellet fertilizer. So next up we have the slurry equipment, and that's the last of the equipment. So we have, first of all, a slurry tank 21.000 with tracks, which is this here. I'm backing up to right now. And then you have the injector 12, which is this item I'm about to back up to. Now, as I say, there's a slurry tank, but there's no spreader on the back of it. That is because you have a choice of spreaders. You have the injection type spreader, which, if I can get myself to reverse up to without messing up, so we can get connected. There we go. Attached, the hose come round through and connect it up, and let's unfold it. See how it looks. And it's actually quite a wide spread. Once again, the pipes sit up, you would lower them down and start your slurry injection. And then after your job is done, you would fold everything back up and take the injector back to the farm. Now, there's more to this though. There is more to this, because there is also the drag hose 36. And that's going to be fun reversing into. It's quite a tight location. I should be able to manage it. There we go. We got the drag hose now attached, and let's unfold that. As you can see, this has a lot lighter coverage than the injector, but unlike the injector, there's the surface covering rather than the oh, wrong button. You'd lower it down and off you go, dragging through the surface. So let's fold this up. So you got, as I say, you have the choice of the two injectors to use, and the final piece of equipment will require the truck cab for. That's back over here, and this is the Slurry Tender 21, and basically all it is a tanker truck dedicated to slurry. It's just a little tiny little short wheelbase tanker truck. I'd actually say it's probably enough to fill the slurry tank, and that would be it. I like the detail on it, it does look nice. Just another nice thing to have around about your farm. Especially if you're busy working away, you say you're playing multiplayer, this would be ideal. Have a guy driving this back and forwards to the farm, loading it up, filling up, bringing it back out and filling you back up. Keep everything moving smoothly. So there you have it, everyone. That is the Horsch DLC pack from Agritechnica. I hope you guys enjoyed this special edition mod shot, and I will be back again tomorrow with another one. So till then, everyone, stay safe.